Next, we remember the film The Exorcism of Emily Rose, a movie that delves into the exorcism of a German girl. A story, as we now know, was based on real events. Her name was Anaisa Mitchell. Here are her photographs and actual recordings that have gone down in history. Anaisa Mitchell, born on September 21, 1952, saw her life change drastically at 16. In 1968, she began suffering seizures, which were attributed to epilepsy. But in 1970, her situation worsened. During her daily prayers, she started seeing demonic images and hearing voices that gave her commands. From September 1975 to July 1976, she underwent exorcism sessions 1 to 2 times a week. Production retrieved the original recordings, and here they are.
Die müssen von mir erfahren, dass du mich gibst. Im Auftrag von der Cheyenne, geh uns den Kampf weg gegen die Bosheit.
On June 30th, 1976, exhausted, suffering from pneumonia, emaciated, and burning with fever, she passed away. Her last words were, "Pray for my forgiveness." And to her mother, she said, "Mom, I'm scared." But those present during her exorcisms and those who have heard the recordings doubt that Anaisa Mitchell was merely suffering from psychotic episodes. We're in 1981 Connecticut. Arie Cheyenne Johnson became the first case in U.S. history where demonic possession was used as a defense argument. The 19-year-old had murdered his landlord by stabbing him multiple times in the abdomen, but his story began a year earlier. Arie was dating Debbie Glatzel when her younger brother, David, just 11 years old, allegedly became possessed by a demon. The boy screamed that an old man with enormous black eyes and sharp teeth visited him in his dreams. Scratches and bruises began appearing on the boy's body. He convulsed and started reciting Bible verses. The renowned paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren took on his case, and after numerous rituals with the family present, they succeeded in expelling the entity from within him. But during one of those rituals, Arie challenged the demon, claiming it was incapable of confronting him. Months later, Arie, known to be a trouble-free individual, stabbed his landlord to death in front of his horrified girlfriend. And, in case you're wondering, the defense argument didn't work. Arie Cheyenne Johnson was sentenced to prison. The Exorcism of Tanaku is one of the most recent and brutal cases recorded. In 2005, the Orthodox nun Marisica Irina Cornici died crucified in Romania at just 23 years old. Her behavior had progressively worsened over time, and she claimed that the devil himself was speaking to her. After being diagnosed with schizophrenia, Father Daniel Correggiano and 4 other nuns determined that the young woman was possessed by a demon and performed an exorcism that ultimately ended her life. During the subsequent trial, the priest claimed her actions were beyond this world. They chained her to a cross in the courtyard and, for 6 days without food or water, conducted exorcism rites. According to Father Daniel, demons cannot be cured with pills. A boy named Roland, native to Maryland, inspired one of the most famous horror icons in cinema and literature, The Exorcist, based on the novel by William Peter Blatty. When Roland was 13, back in 1948, his family began hearing strange noises in their home coming from the basement. The paranormal activity worsened, and soon after, Roland's bed started shaking violently at night, and objects began levitating. A family friend even claimed in an interview that they witnessed Roland being flung several feet from his seat without warning. His parents turned to a priest, who, according to Blatty, was greeted by the boy speaking in Latin and introducing himself as the devil. After nearly 30 exorcisms, Roland's soul was finally freed.